Leonidas drops the stun and drops the full ult. Oh my goodness, look at the health bars. It's a quad kill.
Should find the kill. Lunara will clean up that fight. Oh my god, I can't believe it. It is going to be Soul Shield. You gotta be kidding me.
And Raw to take the 3v1, gets one, looking for the second. Crispy is popping off.
Looks like that Blizzard may connect with 4 people.
Lady Ronin! Oh my goodness, what a chat!
That was really good.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am the Crushinator, and tonight I have some Division A West action for you. It's bye for Catbois versus Beatgen, Blame, Gibbs. This is a team that I like to cast. We got some pals up here in this lobby, and it should be a good matchup. These two teams pretty tight in the standings. Last I checked here, Beatgen currently sitting in 4th place with 9 points, bye for Catbois in 5th place with 8. So this definitely has some implication as to the standings as we come up close to the end of the regular season here. We've got a summon Goose already. We've got a lobby that's about to pop here. Let's go to map select. Let you know that we are indeed going to Sky Temple for map number 1. The bans were Volskaya Foundry and Braxis Holdout, Cursed Hollow, and Alterac Pass, as our draft is already all set to go. Let me see if we can track down a Goose. He's not immediately in the room. Might have some luck before the game starts, otherwise it'll have to be after the game. Because I want to get you some full Goose time, not just a quick 5 seconds, you know. But thank you, McGiblets, for the redemption. Beatgen is going to be first pick here on Sky Temple. Bye for Catbois, won the coin flip and opted for map pick here. Opting to go to Sky Temple, as we're going to open things up with a Stukov ban. Stukov, pretty reasonable ban from the first pick position here, as the Johanna is taken away by bye for Catbois. I was actually taking a look at healer data earlier because I had the impression that Stukov popularity had really dropped off in sort of the upper levels, but still getting played a fair amount. I mean, Rhaegar is up there at the top when not banned, but Stukov still getting a lot of play despite not having that cleanse power. It's interesting to see. Pretty healthy spread of healers right now. Throwing from Rhaegar down to Stukov. Even Malfurion's getting some love in Storm Division right now. Junkrat, the next ban here from Beatgen. Strong wave clear, strong point control. Strong boss control, which is very important here on Sky Temple. Is bye for Catbois going to go ahead and remove the Rhaegar. Pretty standard stuff. No globals banned out in the early going, so we'll see if Beatgen wants to lock in one of those now. If that is indeed the style they want to play for. Not everyone wants to play for the global style, though. It's useful on Sky Temple. They are going to grab that Brightwing. Linehouse locking that in first pick. Very, very acceptable, strong first pick Brightwing here on Sky Temple. We'll see if bye for Catbois wants to pick up a global of their own, and they will. Gokwe is going for the Dahaka. Let's find Gokwe on my list. Is Gokwe a sub today? Not on my list. Unbelievable. I'll have to add them. There we go. And Tyladron did pick up the Greymane. Another fan favorite here on Sky Temple for the siege capability. Dahaka. Response is going to be Sylvanas Anubarak. Those two together, already a pretty strong sieging monster, even better alongside a Greymane, so Beatgen wanting to lock down those heroes before the mid-ban. Just find the right people, there we go. Greymane's in there, snagging on us, picked up the Anubarak, the Doctor grabbed the Sylvanas. Bye for Catbois is going to remove the Blaze. Blaze pretty well at the top of the offlaner pyramid right now. Hogger does fine, but I'd say Blaze is a lot easier to execute and brings that huge impact in a team fight. Gokwe is the sub today? Okay, cool. Goon, how you doing, Goon? Hope you're having an excellent evening. Is Beatgen going to ban away the Varian? Varian pick comp is definitely a style you can pull off here on Sky Temple. There's a lot of room to move around the map. There's a lot of opportunities to get split fights, which Varian does excel at. Beatgen doesn't want to play into that nonsense. Bye for Catbois coming in with the next two. Are they thinking about a double global? No, they're going to go with a different kind of pick style. They're going to go with the Garrosh Karazim here. Sailor Twift on the Karazim and Sir Noble on Garrosh. Slightly harder to pull off than the Varian comp, but you get the Isolate, you get the blow up from Greymane. Likely to see a 7-sided strike here from Sailor Twift as well. So Beatgen still going to have to deal with that pick style. Bono and Ulysses in the last two spots here for Beatgen. We'll see how they want to round this out. It's going to be a Sonya and a Nova. Wono going to lock in the Nova, get that ambusher value here on Sky Temple, possibly looking to harass that top lane and make it difficult for Garrosh to move around unseen. Last pick, Kerrigan here for Michael, and really adding on to that pick style. It also adds an extra engage that Garrosh tends to lack. Kerrigan, especially at level 10, if we do see that summon Ultralisk, to come on out, reach out, and find that engage that Garrosh can sometimes have an issue with. Very interesting comps. Well, excited to see how they clash here. Do you have an opinion? Do you know how these teams are going to clash? Now's the time to bet. Now's the time to put those bananas on the line as we load into game number 1 here. We've got the Garrosh single target blow up comp on the side of Bye for Catbois. And we've got the Siege composition with a Nova kicker here from Beatgen Blame Gibbs. Very exciting. Very, very exciting indeed. Now is the time to make your stance as we load in to game number 1. Let's jump in. Let's jump in and see how we do. On the left in the blue here for game number 1, it is going to be Bye for Catbois. Sir Noble is on Garrosh, Michaelin on the Kerrigan, Sailor Twift is on the Karazim, Gokwe on the Dahaka, and Tyladron on the Greymane. On the right in the red, we have Beatgen Blame Gibbs. The Doctor is on Sylvanas, Wono on the Nova, Ulysses playing Sonya, Snaganon is on the Anubarak, and Linehouse is on the Brightwing. See if there's any tower cheese coming on out. It looks like both teams just kind of heading towards the mid. Looks like there's not going to be a commit from the side of Beatgen onto the eye. They're going to wait on the low side, see if they can possibly find something. Sir Noble with a very aggressive rotation. Snaganon is going to come on back here with the engage. Sir Noble low, but will get on out of there. One thing Nova can do is reduce that armor that Garrosh so desperately needs. So it could be an interesting hero for hero pickup there, as we see Beatgen has cleared the mid lane and is going to head on down. Michaelin gets dismounted. Anubarak not going to find the first stun, but does find the second. Wono trying to catch on up, but whoa, what a turnaround from Kerrigan. Huge damage, and the shielding, oh, will barely not be enough, but will the Doctor pay for it? Barely avoids the Groundbreaker, and Linehouse comes on in for the healing. A quick kill to start things off here for Beatgen Blame Gibbs. See the siege camps have come on up here. Both teams going to get those started. I figured the early pressure would be coming out from Bye for Catbois. They've definitely looked for it. I mean, Garrosh almost found an engage. Kerrigan found a huge engage there before ultimately going down. But response from Beatgen has been really, really good so far. On the low side here, Snaganon is remaining mounted. Sir Noble looking for an opportunity. Reaching out there with the Groundbreaker, but not going to find the engage. Nova staying on the top side, putting a little bit of harassment onto Dahaka up there. Is where I expected Nova to hang out. Sonya is going to leak over and get this Bruiser camp started while Nova holds the top side here for Beatgen. Looks like we have Kerrigan, or Karazim, and Greymane breaking off to do the same thing on the left here for Bye for Catbois. So staying on top of the macro for both teams. I like the decision making on the map. Sky Temple is all about the macro. It's all about making sure your lanes aren't getting pushed in with no answer. And that is going to be the play here. Crazy Place, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're enjoying the show. See, it looks like top lane is going to be the focus here as our temples are now activating. Gokwe gonna reach out there, not gonna find the drag though. As the bruiser camps are gonna meet here on the top side. Gokwe trying to hold the vision here, snagging on us. Staying down here, making Dahaka stick onto this point. As both teams remaining in lane there, looking to get the clear in order to access these temples. Garrosh waiting on the low side here for buy for Catbois, going to steal a couple of those first shots. Nova just catching the soak in the mid. Kerrigan all the way down in the bottom lane here. Looking for some engage onto Linehouse, but Brightwing trying to stay as safe as possible here. Beatgen going to take a couple of shots on the top side. Is Nova finally able to come on up here and try to challenge this point? Garrosh going to ride the pushback away from Nova. Sevens are in for Beatgen. Looks like they're not going to look for a snap engage, and we'll see if they want to challenge the mid. It looks like it's just going to be a simple trade onto these towers. Oh, but there's a siege onto the top side. The Doctor bringing out the black arrows to try to secure this structure. With the shots from the top tower, it should be enough. Snagging on us with a very nice impale there, turning it around onto Gokwe, who pops the essence to try to move away. Drag does not land onto the Doctor. That is going to be top tower going down. Mid tower taken down to a little bit below half, which is about what you expect off of the first objective, but Sylvanas locking in enough damage to secure one structure here for Beatgen. Garrosh scouted out there. You see those beetles roaming on forward. It is beetle built here for Nubarak. So going to be throwing out all the extra juicy throw targets to try to absorb the Garrosh E. As the macro is started up once again for both sides. Could be an engage. Chernobyl is coming across, looking for a throw here. Going to get the throw back onto a Nubarak, who gets the burrow to move away. Linehouse coming on in with the heal as Michaelin going to get a pull, but is polymorphed mid-combo. There's the end of the fray from Garrosh, and we are going to have a full contest on this point. Dahaka coming on down is going to find a drag and cancel the teleport of Sylvanas. Great invade there from Bai for Catbois. That is what Greymane gives you on this map. You get the clear very quickly, and you get to make those kind of invades and make those aggressive plays. And now, with the double camp, are going to put some big pressure on the bottom lane and possibly prepare themselves for a very easy next temple phase down here. Sonya continuing to push the top side. Dahaka has to answer that, and without Dahaka, looks like buy for Catbois is going to be forced to move back here. Kerrigan pushing up the mid wave that could be taking this, but here's the rotation from Brightwing. There's the polymorph. Now Sonya coming on down. Kerrigan gonna leap to the wall, try to move away. There's the combo onto two. Trying to keep those shields rolling, but Kerrigan, nowhere to go, is going to go down, and Midford is saved. 10s are in for Beatgen. We've got the Precision Strike, Catapult, Wailing Arrow, Blink Heal, and Sonya still considering whether it's going to be the Leap or the Wrath. So Ulysses is making their way on down here. They're going to go stand on that point as the siege continues from the Doctor. 10's in for buy for Catbois as well. We've got the Warlord's Challenge, 7-sided strike, Cursed Bullet. I'm still not sure for Kerrigan and Dahaka here. Sonya did end up going for the leap, so going for that long-range backline engage. It is going to be Summon Ultralisk for Kerrigan and Adaptation, the choice for Dahaka. So no Isolate, no, not going for the silence, instead just trying to survive here. See Kerrigan holding down the mid while Gokwe and Sailor Twift grab the top bruiser, as they weren't going to be able to contest the bottom temple. Let's take it down. I believe it will. These 5 shots should take down the bottom structure. There they go. So 2 forts down, 6-4 in structures as Ulysses is thrown in and taunted, and there is the blow-up combo that buy for Catbois wants to see. Sonya is down. Garrosh put into the cocoon here to get Snagananas and the Doctor away. Couple ults traded there. See if Buy for Catboys can move on in and find this structure. Garrosh gonna get counter stunned there, taking a couple shots from the fort. And with the counter wave clear of Sylvanas, Buy for Catboys not able to move up into range. Eichelin wanting to step forward for another engage here. Gets the pull and the stun onto 2. Precision Strike is going to deal some damage, but not enough. Snagananas is low, but Kerrigan has the jumps, and it's a double kill off the push here from Buy for Catboys. And now they will definitely be taking the bottom fort. Starting to find their groove here with this kill combo. Eichelin doing the hard work here, jumping up and finding those engages. Boss is available. It would be a pretty tricky play. Sylvanas already up, and Uberak is going to be up in just a moment. So it looks like Sir Noble just going to try to bait this campus. Or at least get the vision here. Yeah, it's just going to be a straight camp steal. So Beatgen close to their 13. Snagananas is going to see this. Garrosh gets the dismount, throws in place, tries to find the taunt, but the Unstoppable was already out from the Burrow charge. So that's an ult down on the side of Buy for Catboys. Snagananas might try to move in here. Great Indomitable is actually going to stop the cocoon and put it on full cooldown, but Sir Noble, still with nowhere to go, is going to fall. Nice re-engage there from Beatgen, and they're thinking about it. They decide against going for the boss there. They've got to deal with this lane pressure in the bottom lane. Spectrum, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Enjoy your follower emotes there. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of a contest here on the midpoint. Gokwe is forced back there by the Nova and Sylvanas. Kerrigan still dealing with the top lane pressure. We have a collapse onto bottom lane here. Ulysses is staying on the point for now, but Karazim is going to come on down. Dahaka on the top side is going to find a drag here. 7-sided comes out. Cursed Bullet committed because why not? Might be the lowest damage Cursed Bullet of all time, but the kill is secured nonetheless. Buy for Catboys. We're going to start to trade shots on the bottom side. Eichelin holding the top side for now. Wono going to step up here, find the pinning shot. Eichelin taken down to half, but the combo comes on out. There is the strike. Nice Chrysalis, though. And Kerrigan finds the kill onto the Sylvanas. Buy for Catboys trading well here on this temple phase. Get the last couple shots there in the mid. They're going to go for a Bruiser Camp steal. 6-3 now in kills. Beatgen has shown that they can take these fights. If they can avoid the first engage, they can find a way to win here. But it's all going to come down to who blinks first in terms of these abilities used on engage. Mid lane is starting to push itself in here. See Buy for Catboys trying to catch up the mid. Up in the top lane, Beatgen pushing through this stolen Bruiser Camp. Boss is still on the map here. Trying to move across. This is what you want your Garrosh to be doing, is being in unexpected positions. We see Linehouse could be in a little bit of trouble. Is going to start to move away. Damage comes on out, but there is the phase shift to move on out of there. Snaganana's not wasting any time escaping. Good sense there to just go ahead and hit the Z, since Karazim had no way to interrupt it. Once again, both teams just keeping an eye on this boss. Snagananas and Sir Noble. Unable to see each other. They both know that the other one is definitely there. Side camp is taken. Sir Noble going to come across here looking for another engage. Anubarak does see that one, though. Might just decide to take another fight here. We are 16 versus 16. Dahaka could dig in and join this. Snagananas trying to represent here. Wono is going to scout Eichelin on the top side. The Hawk is still trying to finish up that bruiser, will do so. Snagananas is waiting for Sir Noble to step out. Camp is bribed and taken. Indomitable avoids the stun from the Ancient Spear. Both teams really wanting to keep an eye on this boss as our next temple phase is coming up. Ulysses going to take a step on the point before heading on up to grab the vision. Buy for Catboys. Looks like they're starting to circle around here. They've got to clear the mid first. And now Dahaka moving on down to the bottom lane. Should still have a dig. Chernobyl going to go in there and look for something onto a new Barak. There's a huge combo, though. Precision Strike is going to ultimately help in the kill onto Kerrigan. Sailor Twift is low, has the dash to get out. Ulysses on the chase. No leap available, already used on that engage. So Tylodron and Sailor Twift will get away. But Beatgen finding that kill there, and now Chernobyl not going to have a lot of places to go. Going to be dismounted there by Nova. Polymorph is out. Garrosh is down. That is a double kill here for Beatgen. That's definitely going to help in evening up this map position. Gokwe taking some damage there in the mid. Has to pop the Essence as there's a lot of damage coming out from Sylvanas alongside Nova. Boss once again a possibility. We see Sailor Twift. Oh, they're looking for the Doctor here. Snagging on his... Oh, I thought they were looking for an engage there, but Sonya nowhere in the vicinity. Still dealing with top lane here for Beatgen. They're going to keep it safe. They're going to not take anything too risky here. There's a rotation. Ulysses is going to be caught there by Gokwe. Michaelin trying to catch up here for a further engage. Leap is going to be used here by Ulysses, trying to move away. Anubarak going in for the peel. Big triple impale. Gokwe in huge trouble. Dahaka is going to go down, but Tylodron comes in and finds the trade onto Anubarak. Precision Strike is going to be it for Karazim. Tylodron rolls on out of trouble. Michaelin trying to trade with Wono. Kerrigan goes down. It's a 3-for-1 here for Beatgen. Unexpected engage there for Catbois. Sonya had the leap, bought just enough time for Anubarak to come on in and turn that fight around. I like the instinct there from Catbois. They saw where Beatgen was on the map. They went for the offlane kill. It just didn't happen to work out for them. And now they're going to have a camp and a boss pushing into their bottom lane keep. Camp is claimed there. We got a catapult and a full health siege camp here. It's going to be another siege camp on the way. Level 20s are here as well. This could just be a death march to core. Sky Temple has that, that can happen here. This is a lot of lane pressure that Catbois is going to have to deal with while they're down 20 talents. Black Arrows comes on out trying to preserve some of that boss health. Anubarak is now back on the battlefield. Dahaka in the mid. And oh, they're not going to go for it. Without Anubarak, they can't step up. They might not even get the keep now. Oh no, I thought Beatgen was going to be a lot more aggressive there, but they're going to double back and just try to play the map here. They do have an advantage on these structure health, so playing for the trade or playing for the objective does go in their favor. But they are giving a little bit of time for Catbois to find their 20s. Sylvanas, Sylvanas might be caught out on the bottom camp here. Chernobyl looking for an engage is going to be slowed by Nova. Chernobyl still going to find the throw onto Sonya. Taunt comes on out as a 7-sided strike as well. Precision Strike trying to ward away. We're going to have a full-blown engage here. More Precision Strikes coming on out. Dahaka is going to be the first one to go down. Garrosh falls next. Karazim is going to go down. There goes Greymane. Michaelin is trying to get on out of there, but will fall as well. The full ace is in for Beatgen, and they're going to run it down mid and take game number 1. I was really not expecting the fight to break out there. I thought Catbois was going to buy their time for level 20s, but they go for the surprise engage, and the fight just gets taken over there by Beatgen. What a turnaround. And game number 1 goes to Beatgen, blame Gibbs. GG. Very back and forth there on Sky Temple. It was looking like Catbois had the number of Beatgen there in the early going. The picks were coming on out, but the mid-game adjustments and the full team fights, Beatgen flourishes and picks up the win there on Sky Temple. Let's head on over to the post-match screen. See what the stats can tell us here. Michaelin on the Kerrigan. Top siege and top hero damage coming on out there for Catbois. 30,500 hero damage there. The Doctor on Sylvanas. Top siege and hero damage nearly 40,000 for the side of Beatgen, blame Gibbs. Take a look at the talent screen as we update the scoreboard. Close out our prediction here. And we'll get ourselves ready for a game number 2. Alrighty. We're going to map select. That's what we're doing. We're going to Battlefield of Eternity here for game number 2 as chosen by Beatgen. I for Catbois opting for the first pick option after that game number 1. Another team fight heavy map. I for Catbois took the big team fight type comp. See if they can pull off something like that again here on Battlefield. Or if Beatgen has the business, he's going to take the 2-0. We'll have to see here. We will have to see. Bring it back to me. Let's bring it back to me. Get some more best boy time. I ruined his sleep. Ruined it. Uh-oh. Exercises are starting to come on through. This could be a disaster, folks. Squats, curls, and push-ups. Shoulder press. Damn, Propaz. I'm waiting on these teams to say ready. Oh, geez, it's a full set. Okay. I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll tell you what we'll do, Propaz. After this game, if it is 2-0, we're going to do the interview, and then we're going to do the exercises. If after this game, Buy for Catbois wins and gets the 1-1, we'll do as many as we can before the next lobby. Because I don't want to keep these teams waiting on an interview. Okay? We'll give them the caster ready because we're about to get into our next draft. Oh, goodness gracious me. Propaz is giving me the business tonight. Squats, curls, push-ups, shoulder press, triceps, more push-ups, and some water in between. We can do that. We'll get that done. But let's go into the draft. We have draft number 2 ready. Draft number 2 is underway here. We are off to Battlefield of Eternity. See if there's any target bans coming on out from that game number 1. A new Barak. Going to be the first ban here for Buy for Catbois. See if Beatgen is going to stick with the Johanna Rhaegar traditional second pick bans. Or if they want to tempt. If they want to tempt with one of those picks. What do we got here? What are you considering, Beatgen? Surely you're not running the entire timer for a Johanna ban. You wouldn't do that to me, would you, Beatgen? Buy for Catbois is going to remove the Rhaegar. Interesting. So that signals to me... That is interesting, with Johanna already banned. Sometimes we see that when Johanna is not yet banned, to force it out. But this kind of gives Beatgen a free ban here. Very interesting. Give me more cosplay coming in with the raid. Welcome, welcome, folks. This is Division A West. And we are here with game number 2 of Buy for Catbois versus Beatgen Blame Gibbs. As we see Maiev going to be the next ban here. And Gokwe will respond with a first pick Blaze. Beatgen going to see what they have in response to the Blaze. There's a lot of good race heroes up and available. Vala's up, Greymane's up, Lunara's up, Junkrat's up. All sorts of awesome PvE damage heroes. We'll see if they want to grab any of those in the early going. Sun Retro, welcome. The Doctor is opting for the Li Ming here. And Linehouse is going to go back to the Brightwing. Stukov Greymane. Tyladron happy to go to the Greymane. Sailor Twift does have that Stukov that was banned away from game number 1. Good follow-up to the Blaze, to be sure. So now Beatgen looking at this combo that's probably looking for a group type engage, is going to once again remove the Varian. So not worried so much about the Garrosh again, or worried about the Varian. Bye for Catbois. They're looking at Li Ming. They're looking at Brightwing. I'd be thinking about a Sylvanas ban. We'll see what they consider to be the clear and present threat. They're going to take away Imperious. All right, that to me screams they've done some research. Imperious is not one that we see an awful lot. But if they've done their homework, maybe they see that Beatgen brings it out on this map. So, Beatgen going to try to round out their comp here. They don't have the Anubarak from last game to bring that center. See what they can pick up. It's going to be a Diablo this time from Snaganonis, and Ulysses will return to the Sonya. Bye for Catbois. With the last two picks on their side. We'll see if they want to go with that solo Greymane in the back, or if they're going to add on some extra damage. Do still need... This is probably Blaze offlane. It could be Blaze main tank, but we'll see how they want to build it here. Cernoble going to go with the Mei, and Michaelin is going to play some Zarya here. So it is going to be a solo backline Greymane, but Zarya going to be bringing a little extra protection, a little extra damage from that flex position. Very strong siege potential, so bye for Catbois, pivoting a little bit on what their plan is here. See what Wono in the last spot can think up here. I wouldn't mind a Falstad, to be honest. It's going to be Lunara, so just adding on some extra immortal damage here is Wono. Okay. I think if bye for Catbois ever wins an objective, it's going to be a real problem here for Beatgen. Because that siege is really, really good. Beatgen is going to have to be right on top of that objective, but luckily, that's kind of what their comp is built to do. That's kind of what their comp is built to do. We'll see how these teams clash. Right now, Beatgen up 1-0 in this series. The predictions are open once again if you want to put your bananas on the line. See who's going to win this game number 2. Is it going to be the Zarya comp from bye for Catbois, or is it going to be classic race special here from Beatgen Blame Gibbs? Well, you don't have to wait too much longer to find out. Fast loads tonight. Let's get on into the game. Here we go. It's game number 2. Once again, on the left in the blue, we have bye for Catbois. Michaelin is on the Greymane. Oh, there's a switch there. Tylodron is actually on the Zarya. Last second switch. Cernoble on the Mei. Sailor Twift on the Stukov. And it is Gokwe on the Blaze. On the right in the red, Beatgen Blame Gibbs. Snaganonis on the Diablo. Linehouse is on Brightwing. The Doctor on Li Ming. Wono is on Lunara. And Ulysses playing the Sonya. Looks like we might have some action up here in the top lane as we start out here on game number 2. Not going for the split here. Ulysses is going to see them immediately. We'll see if there's going to be a rotation out. We'll see if at least Brightwing comes on up, as the top tower is taking a bunch of damage. Oh, engage onto the bottom lane, though. Cernoble has the icing. There's the polymorph coming on out, but Cernoble is going to survive. That is very important here, as Sailor Twift taking a bunch of damage. Linehouse going to come on up here, as a good portion of this top wall has already been taken down. And the siege is going to continue. Beatgen and Blame Gibbs are going to look to move on to the bottom structure, but they are significantly behind. And their wave has already been cleared by Cernoble. Lunara and Diablo are starting to break off here, as the fort is already starting to take damage. Snaganonis finds the quick stun onto Blaze. We're getting a flip there as well, but Zarya shields are going to keep Gokwe nice and healthy. That was a very effective opening salvo from bye for Catbois. Beatgen thinking they could race it out a little bit, but ultimately found that Mei's defense was too strong. Michaelin going to double back there, has the Zarya shielding in order to keep on trucking. Oh, spear lands though. Polymorph comes out and Greymane taking a little too much damage. Shield was not ready once again, and it is going to be Beatgen to pick up the first kill. That's going to allow them to work on this top camp. Li Ming actually ultimately staying here in the bottom lane versus Mei. As we see, Gokwe is going to hold down the top fort. Top camp taken here by Beatgen. Looks like they are going to move right on down to the bottom lane. The Doctor's scouting this out. Lunara Diablo on the way. Brightwing staying on the top side, but it doesn't look like they're going to get here in time. Snaganon is dismounted, and bottom camp does go over to buy for Catbois. Gauge over the wall goes on to Chernobyl. Icing is cancelled there, so Mei is going to be taken down to half before being able to walk back. Oh, actually, another connection there from the arcane missiles. Mei going to have to head on back and get that tap. Fast and Furious starting off here on Battlefield of Eternity. Myclin stepping right up onto the wall is going to be polyed there. The siege is going to commence once again. Lunara and Li Ming are on the back camp. Oh, Diablo taking some big hits there. Has to move away from the wall. Oh, sorry, a pinpoint accuracy. Mei is trying to stop the back here of Snaganonis as the bottom wall is going to be taken down. Eye for Catbois will not let up on the pressure here. The Doctor is free to come on down and try to stop this siege, but it looks like the pressure is just going to stay here. Eye for Catbois ready to defend the bottom Immortal. Oh no, moves across. Snaganonis gets the quick engage, but is stunned by the Immortal. No one else in range here. Brightwing is going to have to come on through with the save, but will it be enough? Snaganonis trying to walk away, avoids the stun, and will get on out of there. Will Linehouse be as lucky? Doesn't look like it here. One more auto, and that is going to be first kill of the game for the side of Buy for Catbois, evening up that kill count at 1-1. Ono continues to poke on in here. Chernobyl taking some hits. The Doctor throwing in those arcane missiles whenever possible, but Snaganonis on the low side in trouble. Nice stun though onto Michael, and there's the overpower, and Greymane is caught and removed. Wono, though, is traded for on the top side. Sonya goes down in the top lane. This is chaos on the battlefield here. Ultimately a 2-for-1 for the side of Buy for Catbois, and we're not even done fighting yet. Snaganonis is going to move on to the point with Linehouse to try to get this halftime. Snaganon is in some trouble here, trying to move away. Linehouse, not enough healing for the save. Diablo does go down. Zarya getting those hits here. As Blaze dealing a little damage on the top side. Myclin is working on the back Shaman camp here, because it's only Gokwe on the top side for Buy for Catbois. Ono gonna scout. Gonna trigger halftime here. One Li Ming blast, and still, after all that, Beatgen a significant health advantage on our first Immortal. Buy for Catbois just keeping up the side lane pressure, keeping the pressure here in the bottom lane. Myclin is locked on here with Sailor Twift on the left, but with Ulysses and Wono on the right. Beatgen should pick up this Immortal phase, no problem, but it's actually a little bit close here. Gonna have to step up the damage. There we go. It's gonna be about a 4,100 health shield here for Beatgen in the bottom lane. Bottom lane gonna be cleared away here. Linehouse moves back. He's going to move back to the base, get a little bit of health, and phase shift to join the team. Actually, Brightwing gonna come on back here slowly. Sailor Twift taking a hit there as the Immortal shielding is taken away. Mei trying to get the clear onto the minions as Wono steps up and puts some damage onto the fort. Brightwing almost here to get the assist. Myclin is going to be stunned on the low side. There's the polymorph to follow up. Chernobyl doing a good job of interrupting there. Now Diablo is stuck in the corner. Linehouse trying to come through with the phase shift cleanse, but is caught there by Gokwe on the retreat. And that is going to be a double kill here for Buy for Catbois, but their bottom fort does go down. See what they can do with that double kill. Looks like they're just going to move on over to the bottom camp. Get that last little bit of experience to secure their level 10s. Those level 10s are as follows. You do see the ice wall there from May. We've got the expulsion zone from Zarya, Cursed Bullet, Massive Shove, and Call Down Bunker. Massive Shove not connecting there. Snaganonis is back on the battlefield, trying to facilitate the wave clear in the bottom lane as the fort is still standing here. Level 10's close, but not here just yet for Beatgen as Cernoble, taking some hits there from Wono. Lunara doing a good job of trading there on the top side. 10s are achieved. Looks like we've got the Wave of Force coming on out from Li Ming. Thornwood Vine here from Lunara. Lightning Breath from Diablo. Taking a look here to see what it's going to be for Sonya and Brightwing. So looks like we may have some trouble onto the top side. Gokwe going to immediately hit the jet propulsion as Beatgen left the map vision. Still waiting on those choices from Sonya and Brightwing here on what the ults are going to be. Snaganon is in a bit of trouble. Is pushed back by the Mei combo. Stunned, but Linehouse has the cleanse. So we do see it is going to be Wrath of the Berserker here for Sonya. Brightwing still holding that level 10. Massive Shove is going to push Diablo away from the fight. Linehouse ultimately goes with the Blink heal. Snaganon is thinking about a further engage. Ice Wall not going to connect there from Cernoble. As our next phase is now activating. Gokwe in a little bit of trouble here in the top lane as Ulysses getting those big slams to pierce through the minion wave. We are in aggressive positions. We see the objective slightly ahead here for Catbois. Actually, significantly ahead as they got a good chunk there, about 5,000 health in the lead. That's going to allow them to move up to the top lane and deal with this camp. Beatgen immediately setting up for the Immortal Burn. Cernoble stepping up to try to create a little bit of space there. Blaze thinking about an engage from the low side, but Ulysses is going to mirror that. Ono continuing to poke in with the Thornwood Vines. The Doctor doing the same there with the Arcane Missiles. Cernoble trying to get the blocks in, but it's very tough to block both angles. Ulysses on the low side gets hit with the Cursed Bullet, gets hit with the Jet Propulsion, pops the ult, and is going to be healed up. Can Ulysses survive this? The turnaround is not going to be enough. Brightwing and Sonya both go down here. Now Snaganon is in all sorts of trouble. Is going to be ultimately taken down. A triple kill here. Could be more. Wono actually hit with the Ice Wall, but on the top side, Li Ming continued to race there. Lunara is taken down in an extended quad kill, but objective is still going over to Beatgen blame Gibbs. Michelin has to roll out of there after taking some hits. Bottom fort goes down here, but the objective is going to be pushing the top lane. Bye for Catbois, now with a full level lead, 10 kills to 2 so far here on Battlefield of Eternity. Snaganon is wanting an engage there in the mid, but Tyladron just a little too far away. Portal shielding is now gone. We got an engage on the bottom lane here. Gokwe could be in trouble, is overpowered. Jet Propulsion's the other way. The Doctor trying to catch up here, doubling back. Is Blaze, but Wono is now on the chase. There's the Thornwood Vines to bring the slow. Gokwe not going to have a chance here to mount on up again. The chase continues here on the bottom side. Blaze, Jet Propulsion, looks like the poison is too much, and Blaze will go down. Level 13 close here for Beatgen blame Gibbs as they remain slightly ahead on structures, only half a fort ahead. But they do now have their level 13s. Bye for Catbois. Wanting to make sure that there's no engage here onto the Shaman camp, just checking their flanks. Bottom camp does go over to Beatgen blame Gibbs, and they're moving over to the top side, where the next camp will be up in the next 5 seconds. Staying very, very safe here is Bye for Catbois. Gonna get this bottom lane clear. Gonna have to deal with the top lane next as Wono and the Doctor poking it from afar. Top camp goes over. Beatgen making sure they don't get flanked there as the right side Shaman camp is now up as well. You see Tyladron and Michelin here in the bottom lane getting the clear on this catapult wave. Blaze in the top lane has to deal with a catapult and a Khazra camp. It's going to be reinforced with a Shaman as well. Shaman started here on the left-hand side by the members of Buy for Catbois. You see Beatgen is trying to lay a trap here on the bottom side. Top lane double camp is going to be completely focused there by Buy for Catbois. Ulysses stepping up to do the same here on the bottom side, and it looks like we may have the makings of a standoff here in the mid, as the Immortals are in defensive positions. Buy for Catbois is ahead on levels. If they can keep up the side soak, that'll get them 16 sooner. Blaze in the top lane is pushing into the top fort here as Wono continues to poke in with the Thornwood Vine. The Doctor throwing in the Arcane Missiles. So this is putting Buy for Catbois in a little bit of a dilemma. Sir Noble trying to step up here and stop those hits, but it's difficult to stop all of them. It's impossible to stop the Thornwood Vine. It's Michaelin waiting on the edge for an engage. Looks like very close to half here. Lunar is just going to get away. Li Ming continuing to poke in. One more barrage should do it. There it is. A slow siege is good so far, but Buy for Catbois, they're about to find their 16s, and that might be the opportunity for them to move in and start a fight. Ulysses chased out on the low side here. The Doctor and Wono continuing to poke. There is the Ice Wall. It's going to catch Diablo. Diablo is going to get stunned there, but on the low side, Sailor Twift in trouble, but they turn onto Ulysses. Sonya is going to go down. Linehouse is trying to blink out of trouble as there is the Lightning Breath coming on out to try to roast Tyladron, but still has the personal barrier. The Doctor continuing to work on the objective on the low side here as Michaelin, very low, is forced to retreat. So, Buy for Catbois have the kill, but can they capitalize off of this? The Doctor trying to turn it onto Gokwe, and Blaze is going to get caught there. Had nowhere to go. Snagging on his... Oh, almost caught by the objective. So it is 4 for 4. Sir Noble continuing to zone away. Sailor Twift following up with the silence area. Greymane on the bottom side has started the race, but now the Doctor and Wono are stepping up once again for the clear. Snagging on us, creating some space there. Lunara is caught, but this is going to be a very healthy Immortal going over to the side of Beatgen Blame Gibbs. Michaelin could be in a bit of trouble. Polymorph comes on out. There's the combo, and Ice Wall catches two, but it's not going to be enough to save Greymane. But look at the damage from Sailor Twift. Tyladron helping out with the double kill there for Buy for Catbois. That's going to be very, very important here on this defense. Beatgen down to 3 members here, and they're not going to be able to get nearly as much out of this bottom lane push as they hoped. Right wing dealing with the bottom lane here. Zarya with the Unstoppable trying to move on out. Still going to get a decent amount here due to the shielding on this Immortal, but right now Ulysses and Snag and Anas are just stuck poking in from the edges. So bottom keep wall is going to go down. We're going to see a little bit of chip damage onto the keep, but with Michaelin back, this should go down pretty quickly. All keeps remain standing. As both teams have their level 17s. Go back into map control mode. Gonna have a trade on the north and south camps here. Buy for Catbois on the bottom side. Beatgen on the top side. Likely going to have just another lane swap here to get these cleared up. Must Buy for Catbois. Wants to find a quick engage. Zarya moving across is going to be scouted there by Snag and Anas. So Sonya going to have to move carefully here. Looks like they were thinking about a camp invade, but camp not started there by Beatgen. Now top lane has to be answered. We've got a catapult in with this push as well. Ultimately, we are going to get to the simple lane swap to clear away the push. Shaman camps are up here. Both teams remaining on their own sides. Sentinel Wisp is going to get the vision here on the left. Sir Noble going to go ahead and clear that away. Shaman camp going to be claimed here on the left here in just a moment. On the right, we see Beatgen Gonna stall it out for just a moment. Both teams doing the same thing here. Wanting to get as much value as possible. Beatgen do blink first. They're gonna get the top lane push. And slightly delayed is the side of buy for Catbois. Getting their bottom lane push. Sir Noble moving on forward there is going to be spotted by the Wisp. Wono continuing to poke out with that Thornwood Vine. Buy for Catbois, not going to wait this time. There is the Ice Wall landing onto Diablo. Snagging on us. Going to be cursed, stunned, silenced, and removed. Sir Noble continuing to go in there, has to pop the Cryo Freeze. Linehouse and Wono being chased out on the bottom side. Ulysses could be in trouble here on the top, is being body blocked all the way through. Linehouse trying to get the save, but is going to be caught in the May Blizzard. It's a triple kill. Snag is back, though. That it was a soul reset. Gokwe going to be able to get out of there. Will Sir Noble be as lucky? There is the Lightning Breath. Gets the kill onto May. Important turnaround kill once again here for Beatgen. Snagging on as wants to move up. They know Gokwe is low. Top Shaman Camp is actually dealing a lot of damage here. Blaze has to move back for the clear. Bottom lane Shaman Camp doing some work as well as this catapult is locked in. Looks like top keep is going to be saved. Bottom keep is still taking a lot of damage as this Shaman remains at full health here. But we're just going to have a straight up race. Buy for Catbois, they're going to pick up their first Immortal of the game here as they find their level 20s.
Our triumph brings order to this realm.
Ulysses, stepping up in the bottom lane. Sailor Twift going for the combo. Sonya able to get on out of there. But bottom keep is taking some hits as we have a split push going on. Snagging on is with a big flank, though. This could be trouble here for Buy for Catbois. Diablo wants a pin onto the wall, is going to find it onto the Stukov. Michael in trouble as Stukov took the bubble. Greymane goes down. Now the chase continues. There is the Wave of Force repositioning the Stukov. Zarya trying to come on through with the save. The Silent Zone is not going to be enough. Stukov goes down. Beatgen getting the double kill. They're trying to chase out Blaze here. Gokwe is flipped and is going to be removed. A triple kill, quad kill. Can Beatgen move forward and get the win here while their core, or while their top lane is being sieged down? Beatgen, they're going to move up here. It's 30 seconds on Greymane, 40 on Stukov, 45 on Zarya and Blaze, and they're going to go for it. Bottom keep is low and is going to be removed. It's only May here on the defense. May does not have Ice Wall for another 30 seconds, and the core is going to start to take damage here. Beatgen is all in. Stunned is Linehouse. There's the pin onto the core as Ulysses is locked in. The Lightning Breath comes on out, and it looks like the siege is going to be enough here. GG has been called. The core is going to be taken down, and Beatgen picks up the victory and the 2-0 in this series. GG. What a turnaround there. Buy for Catbois, make the call to go for the bottom keep, but Snagging On is leading the big flank, finds the pick, finds the follow-up kills, and Beatgen runs it across the map to close out this series. Very nicely done, and a pretty close one. Very, very close one indeed. Let's head on over to the post-match here. See what the stats can tell us. Michaelin, once again, top damage. There for the side from Buy for Catbois, getting over 50,000 there on the Greymane. Over on the side of Beatgen, blame Gibbs. The Doctor on Li Ming cresting 60,000 hero damage to close out that game. Let's update the scoreboard once again. Pay out the people. See if we can find ourselves an interview with our victors. And Propez, we're gonna do the hero, or we're gonna do the winner's interview, and then we'll get those exercises in for you.
Hello.
Hello, I am joined by Ulysses. Congratulations on the 2-0 victory.
Thank you, Crush.
Very pretty close series there. Very back and forth both games. How's everyone feeling after that 2-0?
I think we're in pretty good spirits. Yeah, fun games. Good to have some fun games, some close games for sure.
Very, very close. Sky Temple starting things off. Map we don't often get to see. For Catbois ends up going for the Garrosh Karazim. How does the game plan change into that setup? It looked like you were trying to remove that pick comp possibility with the Varian ban, but with the Garrosh coming on through, what do the rotations and team fights look like into that setup?
Well, I mean, I speak obviously from the offlane perspective, so it's kind of limited versus the 4-man. But I mean, it was clear mid game that they were kind of just clumping us 5 a lot. You saw us feed a little bit, bot myself and then a couple other teammates. But I mean, I think is fairly clear by the mid game what they were looking to do, and so we just had to try and macro around that. And I know our Brightwing did a pretty great job macroing in both of the games we played.
Speaking of the macro aspect, yeah, the Sylvanas coming on out definitely helping a lot. It seemed like there were a couple of moments towards the end of the game where you might have been able to take a risk and run at the core. Was there a thought about going to the core in those circumstances, or were you just locked in for letting the map kind of win for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think like the safer play usually on Sky Temple is the temples come up. If there's 2 temples, you can kind of just trade temples if you're ahead on structures. And we felt like when we were able to take fights on our terms, like we were able to do fairly well. And again, the Brightwing coming through with the clutch TPs in a couple of those fights was really helping us out. So yeah, no, I think we were just kind of trying to let it play out and take the slow game, and it ended up working out for us for sure.
Heading into map number 2 there, Battlefield of Eternity. A different kind of style there from the opposing team, going for the Zarya comp and getting quite a lot of push in the early game there. In the sort of like the first minute of the game there, it seemed like there was a little bit of indecision on whether to respond to the push or get the push in on the bottom lane. From that moment, did you have to keep a closer eye on the rotations there, as it looked like for Catbois was just going to run straight down your structures and ignore the objective?
Yeah, 100%. It definitely caught me off guard. I know I almost died in the top lane, poking my eyes out, but it's something you really got to watch for when they have a Zarya like that. I think it really helped that we were able to win the objectives. Like they ignored the objectives, and we were able to equalize their push and be ultimately like ahead in structures through the objectives. So I think we were able to react to it pretty well, and worked out for us.
Tell me about the your ult change in between game 1 and 2. We saw the leap coming out in game 1, moving to the Wrath of the Berserker in game 2. Was there what was the thought process between the 2 ults in those games?
Yeah, I mean, I normally play Leap Sonya. I used to play Wrath Sonya. I normally play Leap Sonya. I don't know. That's pretty obvious in scouting, but I've been playing some Sonya, and it's fun to just play around with different talents and that kind of thing. And looking at their team, I didn't think, especially with the Zarya, it's going to be a team that I get a lot of leap value off on. Maybe some leaps and maybe like counter engage leaps, but it just felt like more of a Wrath game. Wrath helps you burn. Wrath helps you push structures. It just seemed to work, and it obviously helped us push the core at the end there a bit as well.
Definitely helping out there. Huge turnaround there in the bottom lane. Were you so snagging on is coming from the top lane, has the deep flank there. Was there a kill target right from the beginning on that final fight, or was it just we'll catch who we can in terms of trying to pick apart that push?
Yeah, we were actually we weren't really prepared for them to take the bot keep route and push away from the immortal, but they stayed there kind of longer than we expected. We were like, oh, okay, watch out, they're gonna push the bot keep in. But then we realized, like, obviously still May's not there, so eventually we just decided to take it. And I know it was a bit of a hectic fight. I was like way off on the other side, but no, I think it was just they headed in, and it was just whoever was closest. We were able to get the picks on them.
Solid victory, solid turnaround there on Battlefield of Eternity for game 2. That's a very needed 3 points in that 2-0 victory. Looking at the standings here, getting you closer to that, to solidifying that top 4 status. Playoffs are coming up pretty close here. Are there any rematches you're looking forward to with other teams in the division?
Yeah, I mean, all these matches are good times. I think honestly, this match is what I'm looking forward to, obviously, because I know Michaelin, who I've played with in the past, and who you played with as well. So I think, yeah, just looking forward to finishing out the regular season. We're just kind of taking it easy this season a bit. So yeah, looking forward to finishing it out. We'll see if we make playoffs, but just looking forward to more games and having more good times.
Fantastic. All right, floor is yours. Any final shout outs before we close out?
Yeah, thank you. Shout out first off to my team. Great people, good to play with. Thank you to them for bringing me on this season. Special shout out to Linehouse for carrying us through those games, and obviously Snag, who carries us in every game with the shot calling. And shout out to you, Crush. Thanks for casting us and picking us up today.
My pleasure. All right, Ulysses, thanks so much for joining me. Congratulations on the 2-0 and good luck closing out the season.
Appreciate it. Catch you later.
I'll see you.